hydrocarbons. Have you ever felt like your body just isn't keeping up anymore? Maybe climbing a single flight of stairs leaves your legs burning, your knees aching, hydrocarbons, and your energy completely drained. It's frustrating, discouraging, and honestly, it can make everyday life feel like a challenge, hydrocarbons. But what if I told you that there's a simple 10-day mobility trick that completely changed one man's ability to move? Hydrocarbons. He went from struggling with every step to climbing stairs effortlessly, walking longer distances without pain, hydrocarbons, and feeling stronger and more flexible than he had in years. And you can do it too. Mobility isn't just about flexibility. It's about your joints moving freely, hydrocarbons, your muscles firing the way they're supposed to, and your nervous system coordinating movement efficiently. When any part of that chain is restricted, hydrocarbons, even basic activities like standing, bending, or walking can become difficult. That's exactly what was happening to him. Tight hips, stiff knees, hydrocarbons, and weak stabilizing muscles made climbing stairs feel almost impossible. But instead of accepting it as just getting older, he tried a simple, hydrocarbons, consistent routine that only takes a few minutes each day. The trick is not about heavy workouts or complicated exercises. It's a combination of targeted stretches, hydrocarbons, gentle strengthening and movement patterns designed to wake up dormant muscles and lubricate stiff joints. Each day, for just 10 days, he followed this sequence, hydrocarbons. Simple hip openers to release tightness, ankle and calf mobility exercises to restore balance and stability, hydrocarbons, and controlled mini squats to activate the muscles around the knees and thighs. At first, the movements felt small, hydrocarbons, almost unnoticeable, but that's the beauty of this method, small hydrocarbons. Consistent movements repeated daily can have a dramatic effect because they retrain the muscles and joints to move the way they're supposed to. Within just a few days, hydrocarbons, he started noticing subtle changes. His steps felt smoother, bending down became easier, and the stiffness that used to slow him down began to ease. Hydrocarbons. By the end of the 10-day period, he could climb stairs without holding the railing, his legs felt stronger, and he had more energy for daily activities. Hydrocarbons. The key takeaway is that mobility is trainable even if you've been struggling for years. You don't need expensive equipment or hours at the gym. You just need a short, hydrocarbons, focused routine performed consistently to retrain your muscles, release tension, and restore confidence in your movement. Hydrocarbons. What's incredible about this trick is that it's not just for climbing stairs. Improved mobility affects your balance, coordination, and overall strength, hydrocarbons, making every movement feel lighter, easier, and more controlled. Activities that once seemed daunting, like walking up hills, carrying groceries, hydrocarbons, or standing for long periods, suddenly become achievable without discomfort. Hydrocarbons. The results are empowering because they show that age or past limitations don't have to define your movement. If you've been avoiding stairs, struggling with tight joints, hydrocarbons, or feeling like your body is holding you back, this 10-day mobility trick is something you can start today. With just a few minutes of consistent effort, hydrocarbons, you can restore freedom of movement, strengthen your legs, and regain the confidence to move through your day with ease. It's not a quick fix, but it's simple, effective, hydrocarbons, and transformative. Mobility is one of the most important aspects of maintaining independence and comfort as we age, yet it's often overlooked. Hydrocarbons. Many people assume that if they're struggling to climb stairs, walk for long distances, or even stand for a few minutes, it's simply a normal part of aging. Hydrocarbons. The truth is that mobility is not just about age, it's about how your joints, muscles, and nervous system work together to support movement. Hydrocarbons. Every step you take involves a complex coordination between your hips, knees, ankles, and core, and when any part of that chain becomes stiff, weak, or misaligned, hydrocarbons. Everyday activities start to feel like a challenge. For example, tight hips can limit your stride, stiff knees can make bending painful, hydrocarbons, and weak stabilizing muscles can make your balance wobbly. This combination often leads to frustration, fatigue, and even a fear of movement, hydrocarbons, which can create a vicious cycle where inactivity leads to more stiffness, and more stiffness leads to less activity. Hydrocarbons. Understanding mobility means realizing that your body is trainable at any age. By improving how your joints move, how your muscles fire, hydrocarbons, and how your nervous system coordinates these actions, you can restore functional strength and ease of movement. Hydrocarbons. Mobility exercises aren't about flexibility alone, they're about teaching your body to move efficiently and safely, engaging the right muscles at the right time. Hydrocarbons. Even small restrictions in movement can create noticeable difficulties in daily life, but the good news is that targeted hydrocarbons. Consistent practice can undo years of accumulated stiffness. It's not necessary to spend hours in the gym or perform complex exercises. Hydrocarbons, even short routines that focus on joint rotation, muscle activation, and balance can have a profound effect. For instance, exercises that open the hips, hydrocarbons. Stretch and strengthen the calves and activate the stabilizing muscles around the knees can make climbing stairs feel easier, improve posture, hydrocarbons, and reduce fatigue during walking. What makes mobility so powerful is that it addresses the root cause of discomfort rather than just masking symptoms. Hydrocarbons. It restores the natural movement patterns that your body has forgotten, allowing you to move more freely, efficiently, and with confidence. Hydrocarbons. This is especially important for those over 50 because age-related changes in muscle mass, joint cartilage, and neural coordination can limit movement if left unaddressed. Hydrocarbons. By focusing on mobility, you're not just improving performance in a single activity, you're enhancing your overall ability to function in daily life. Hydrocarbons. Improved mobility supports balance, reduces the risk of falls, increases endurance, and makes your body more resilient to stress or injury. It's the foundation for strength, hydrocarbons, flexibility, and functional independence. When mobility is prioritized, you notice the difference immediately. Stairs feel easier, walking feels smoother, hydrocarbons, and movements that used to require effort become natural and fluid. Hydrocarbons. Recognizing the importance of mobility allows you to take proactive steps to maintain leg strength and overall function. Hydrocarbons. Showing that age does not have to define what your body can do. Small, targeted movements can make a surprisingly big difference when it comes to improving mobility. Hydrocarbons, especially for people over 50 who struggle with leg strength or stiffness. Often, when we think about improving movement, we imagine long hydrocarbons, strenuous workouts, or complicated routines that take hours to complete. But the truth is that even brief hydrocarbons, focused exercises can retrain your muscles and joints to function more efficiently. These small movements work by waking up dormant muscles, improving circulation, hydrocarbons, and gently stretching stiff joints so that your body can move more freely. For instance, exercises like ankle rotations, calf raises, gentle hip openers, hydrocarbons, and mini squats may seem simple, but when performed consistently, they target exactly the areas that often limit movement, like the hips, knees, and ankles. Hydrocarbons. The beauty of small, targeted exercises is that they are both approachable and effective. They don't require heavy equipment, complicated techniques, hydrocarbons, or even large blocks of time. Spending just a few minutes each day performing these movements can yield noticeable results in strength, balance, and flexibility. Hydrocarbons, and it's often easier for people to stick with a short, manageable routine than a long, intimidating workout. Hydrocarbons. Another reason these small movements are so effective is that they retrain your nervous system. Your brain and muscles communicate constantly, hydrocarbons. And when your body becomes stiff or weak, that communication can become less efficient. By repeatedly practicing targeted movements, hydrocarbons, you're essentially teaching your muscles how to fire correctly and how your joints should move, restoring natural movement patterns that may have been lost over time. Hydrocarbons. Even subtle improvements in this communication can have a significant impact on how easily you perform daily activities like walking, climbing stairs, or standing from a chair. Hydrocarbons. These movements also help with coordination and balance, which are critical for reducing the risk of falls and injuries. Hydrocarbons. Many people don't realize that leg weakness and stiffness are often interconnected with balance challenges, and by focusing on small, precise exercises, hydrocarbons, you can improve both simultaneously. Over a few days, the cumulative effect of these movements becomes noticeable. Steps feel smoother, muscles feel more responsive, hydrocarbons, and stiffness diminishes. This is why consistency is key. Performing the exercises daily for even a short period, like 10 days, can dramatically improve mobility, hydrocarbons, giving you more confidence in your legs and making everyday activities feel effortless. The small movements build on each other, gradually increasing strength, flexibility, hydrocarbons, and control without putting excessive strain on the body. They are particularly valuable for anyone who has been sedentary or has experienced age-related muscle decline, hydrocarbons, because they provide a gentle yet effective way to restore function and ease of movement. By committing to these targeted exercises, you are actively retraining your legs, hydrocarbons, waking up your muscles and unlocking joint flexibility, ultimately improving your ability to move freely, confidently, hydrocarbons, and comfortably. Everyday consistency is one of the most important factors when it comes to improving mobility and restoring leg strength, especially for people over 50, hydrocarbons. Many individuals make the mistake of trying an exercise routine once or twice and then giving up when they don't see immediate results, hydrocarbons. But the truth is that the body responds gradually, repeating targeted movements every day for a set period, like 10 days, hydrocarbons, creates lasting improvements because your muscles and joints begin to relearn how they are supposed to move. Daily practice helps reinforce neural pathways, hydrocarbons, which means your brain and muscles communicate more efficiently. When this connection is strong, your legs become more responsive, your balance improves, hydrocarbons, and movements that used to feel challenging start to feel natural and fluid. Even though the exercises themselves may be small and simple, their cumulative effect is powerful. Hydrocarbons. Each repetition adds to the strength, flexibility, and coordination of your lower body, and over time, these small gains compound into noticeable improvements. Hydrocarbons. Consistency also helps overcome stiffness and weakness that may have built up over years of inactivity or sedentary habits. By engaging your hips, knees, ankles, hydrocarbons, and stabilizing muscles daily, you are actively preventing further decline while simultaneously rebuilding strength. Hydrocarbons. Another benefit of maintaining a consistent routine is the psychological effect it has. When you see progress from one day to the next, even in small ways, hydrocarbons, it reinforces motivation and encourages you to continue. This is crucial because improvement in mobility is not instant. It requires patience and dedication. Hydrocarbons. Knowing that each day of effort contributes to stronger, more flexible legs makes it easier to stick with the routine. Hydrocarbons. Consistent practice also allows you to track your progress. Notice subtle changes in how your legs feel and adjust the intensity or focus of the exercises as needed. Hydrocarbons. For instance, you might start with gentle ankle rotations and mini squats, and as your mobility improves, hydrocarbons, gradually increase the range of motion or add variations to challenge your muscles further. Over the 10-day period, hydrocarbons. This consistency creates a solid foundation for long-term mobility improvement. The key is that you don't need hours of exercise or complicated routines to see results. Hydrocarbons, even a few focused minutes each day performed reliably, can transform how your legs feel and function. Hydrocarbons. By committing to a regular schedule and performing the mobility exercises with attention and care, you reinforce proper movement patterns, strengthen muscles, hydrocarbons, improve joint flexibility, and build confidence in your ability to move freely. This approach ensures that improvements are not temporary but sustainable. Hydrocarbons, giving you the freedom to perform daily activities, climb stairs, and walk without fear or discomfort. Ultimately, consistency is what turns small hydrocarbons, targeted movements into significant, lasting gains in leg strength, stability, and overall mobility, showing that steady hydrocarbons, dedicated effort is far more effective than sporadic or intensive bursts of exercise. Mobility exercises don't just improve strength, they also enhance balance, coordination, hydrocarbons, and stability, which are all critical for maintaining leg function as we age. When your joints move freely and your muscles respond efficiently, hydrocarbons, everyday tasks become easier and safer. Activities like climbing stairs, walking on uneven surfaces, or carrying groceries require a combination of strength, control, hydrocarbons, and balance, and improvements in mobility directly contribute to all of these. Many people over 50 find that their legs feel unsteady or fatigue, hydrocarbons, and this is often due to weakened stabilizing muscles and reduced joint flexibility. By performing targeted movements that activate these muscles, hydrocarbons, you reinforce the foundations of balance and coordination. For example, mini squats and ankle rotations engage the muscles that support your knees and ankles, hydrocarbons, which helps prevent wobbling and reduces the risk of falls. Hip openers and gentle stretches improve flexibility in the joints, hydrocarbons, allowing your legs to move through a full range of motion without restriction. Improved balance is not just about avoiding falls, it also contributes to confidence. Hydrocarbons. When you know your legs are strong and responsive, you're more likely to move freely, take longer walks, and perform daily activities without hesitation or fear. Hydrocarbons. Coordination improves as your nervous system adapts to the repeated movements. Your brain learns how to communicate with your muscles more effectively. Hydrocarbons, timing contractions and relaxations so that movements feel smooth and controlled. This enhanced coordination makes climbing stairs, standing from a seated position, hydrocarbons, or shifting your weight more effortless, reducing the strain on your joints and preventing overcompensation that can lead to pain. Hydrocarbons. Stability also plays a significant role in endurance. When your muscles and joints work efficiently together, your legs fatigue less quickly. Hydrocarbons, allowing you to walk longer distances, stand for extended periods, or engage in activities that require sustained movement. Hydrocarbons, small improvements in stability and balance can have a compounding effect. Hydrocarbons, making it easier to maintain an active lifestyle and enjoy physical activities that might have become challenging. Hydrocarbons. Another advantage is that improved balance and coordination often carry over into other exercises or daily activities. Hydrocarbons. Once your legs can move fluidly and your muscles are firing correctly, you may find it easier to perform additional strength or mobility exercises. Hydrocarbons, creating a positive feedback loop of continued improvement. Over time, these improvements in stability, balance, hydrocarbons, and coordination translate into greater functional independence. You're able to navigate stairs, uneven terrain, and everyday movements with confidence and less effort. Hydrocarbons. This holistic improvement is a direct result of focusing on mobility exercises consistently. Hydrocarbons, because each small movement strengthens the underlying systems that support leg function. Hydrocarbons. By targeting not just strength, but also the control and flexibility required for safe and efficient movement, you ensure that your legs remain resilient, responsive, hydrocarbons, and capable of handling the demands of daily life as you age. Hydrocarbons. Enhanced balance and stability are the hidden benefits that turn simple mobility exercises into a transformative practice. Hydrocarbons. Improving both performance and confidence in movement. Age and past limitations don't have to define what your body can do. Hydrocarbons. And one of the most powerful lessons from a consistent mobility routine is that improvement is always possible. Many people over 50 assume that difficulty climbing stairs, hydrocarbons, stiffness, or weak legs are permanent problems, but the truth is that targeted, consistent exercises can restore strength and flexibility. Hydrocarbons. Even if you've been struggling for years, the body is remarkably adaptable, and muscles, joints, hydrocarbons, and connective tissues respond positively when you provide the right stimulation. Even simple hydrocarbons, low-impact movements can trigger changes that improve your ability to move efficiently, build strength, and regain confidence in your legs. Hydrocarbons. It starts with the understanding that small steps matter. You don't need to perform complex routines or spend hours in the gym. Focused exercises, hydrocarbons, repeated daily for 10 days, can produce noticeable changes in muscle activation, joint flexibility, and overall mobility. Hydrocarbons. These exercises re-educate your muscles and nervous system. Hydrocarbons, helping them work together more effectively so that movements that once felt difficult become easier and more controlled. Hydrocarbons. This is especially important for anyone who has avoided certain activities due to fear of discomfort or weakness. When you consistently practice mobility exercises, hydrocarbons, you gradually reduce stiffness and regain strength, which allows you to perform tasks that previously seemed challenging. Over time, these improvements accumulate. Hydrocarbons, building a foundation of confidence and functional independence. Hydrocarbons. Another critical aspect is that the exercises help address imbalances that may have developed over years of inactivity or compensatory movement patterns. By targeting the hips, hydrocarbons, knees, ankles, and stabilizing muscles, you restore symmetry and improve coordination, which is essential for safe, efficient movement. Hydrocarbons. The results are empowering because they demonstrate that limitations are not permanent. They are often the result of disuse, stiffness, or weak muscles. Hydrocarbons, all of which can be improved with consistent effort. This mindset shift is just as important as the physical benefits because it encourages persistence, resilience, hydrocarbons, and a proactive approach to maintaining leg health. People who follow this kind of routine often notice that not only can they climb stairs more easily, hydrocarbons, but they also feel more capable walking, standing, and performing daily activities without pain or fatigue. The improvements extend beyond just strength, flexibility, balance. Hydrocarbons and joint function all benefit, creating a holistic enhancement in leg performance. Age or previous struggles no longer dictate capability. Instead, hydrocarbons. Your dedication to consistent movement and proper exercise patterns becomes a defining factor in what your legs can do. With patience, focus, and daily commitment, hydrocarbons, you can restore leg strength, enhance mobility, and regain the confidence to move freely. Hydrocarbons. These changes demonstrate that functional independence and vitality are achievable at any age, and that with the right approach, your legs can become stronger, more responsive, hydrocarbons, and capable of supporting the life you want to live, regardless of past limitations or challenges. So, now that you know how a simple hydrocarbons, consistent 10-day mobility routine can transform leg strength, remember that age or past limitations don't have to hold you back. Hydrocarbons. By dedicating just a few minutes each day to targeted exercises that activate muscles, improve joint flexibility, and enhance coordination, you can restore strength, hydrocarbons, reduce stiffness, and regain confidence in your movement. Over time, these small, consistent actions add up, giving you the freedom to climb stairs, walk longer distances, hydrocarbons, and move through your day with ease. Start today, stay consistent, and watch as your legs become stronger, more flexible, hydrocarbons, and ready to support every step of your life with energy and confidence.